There's a bear in there, and a chair as well. There are people with games and stories to tell. Open wide, come inside. It's Playschool.
Hello. My name is Peter, and this is Anne.
Hello. And today is Monday. On Monday, some people do a very big wash. I wonder if your mother is doing her washing today.
Today would be a very good day for it, too, because our calendar says that it's Monday. But it's not washing day for us. Do you know what we always do in Playschool on a Monday? Yes, we open our useful box. You ready to open it, Anne?
Yes. Goodness, what an untidy useful box, Peter.
Well, I want to find some things in all that higgledy-pigglediness, too.
I think you need some help.
Well, I'm looking for those little boats. You know, they're not very big, and they seem to be lost.
Here's one.
Oh, and here's another. Where are the others, though?
Let me see. Ah, this box. I think they should have all been in this box.
Ah, yes, here they are. Anne's a very tidy girl. Still, I think it's a very good idea to keep the same kind of things all together, don't you? Well, our poem for this week is about boats. We need a steamboat and a sailboat and a speedboat. The steamboat is a slowpoke. You simply cannot rush him. The sailboat will not move at all without a wind to push him. But the speedboat, with his sharp red nose, is quite a different kind. He tosses high the spray and leaves the other boats behind. You know, we could sail these boats, Anne, if we had something to put them in.
Yes, we could. I think there should be a dish somewhere in there.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll have a look for it. Will you get some water?
Yes, that's a good idea.
Oh, what's this? Oh. Nice strong bit of rope. Not too thick, not too thin, just the right thickness. You know, they use ropes quite a bit on boats, and they have an old song which they sing whenever they haul on the rope. It goes, yo-ho, heave-ho, yo-ho, heave-ho, heaving, hauling, yo-ho, heave-ho. Well, I could perhaps tie something up with this.
I hope it won't be me, Peter. Did you find the dish?
Oh, no, just a moment.
Here's
Here it is. There we are. Now we need somewhere safe to put it.
Oh, the lid of the useful box.
Well, that's a good idea.
That's flat and firm. What about putting something on the lid so the water won't splash on it?
That's a good idea. Look, here's a plastic mat. Everything's in the useful box.
This is a good box. There's yours.
Thanks. Don't splash.
No.
That's enough. It's all gone.
Right.
Now. The steamboat is a slowpoke. You simply cannot rush him. The sailboat will not move at all without a wind to push him. But the speedboat, with his sharp red nose, is quite a different kind. He tosses high the spray and leaves the other boats behind.
I've got him. The steamboats that I've seen often carry very heavy loads.
That's why with a big cargo, a steamboat is a slowpoke. You simply cannot rush him.
The sailboat will not move at all without a wind to push him. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow.
That's because they haven't got an engine. They depend on the wind to move it through the water. But a speedboat with his sharp red nose is quite a different kind. He tosses high the spray and leaves the other boats behind.
He's got an engine, hasn't he, with petrol in it?
That's right.
To make him go just like a car's engine has. So he can go fast, fast, fast.
Oh, you're splashing.
Sorry.
I'll put the sailboat in and blow that along.
All right.
Oh,
While you're getting your breath back, we'll look at our clock because it's story time. And Kendrick Hudson is here to tell us today's story. You see the tall, thin hand at the top? That tells us about the minutes. And the little thin hand at the bottom, you see it pointing to the 6? That tells us it's 6 o'clock.
I can make 6 o'clock. Like this.
Can you? I wonder if I can. This is the minutes
Yes,
hand, is it
straight
like that?
up.
Mm-hmm. Can
Your
you?
finger down like that, that's right.
And the hour hand.
Hello. Have you ever heard the sound of a speedboat engine? Well, that's just how the engine of the speedboat in our story sounded. It was one of those days of splendid sunshine. There wasn't even a cloud in the sky. And the sky seemed to be very, very, very blue and very high above the waters of the harbour. And the waters of the harbour seemed to be even bluer than the sky, except for here and there where one or two little wavelets dashed against the rocks, just like little ruffles of white lace. The waters of the harbour were very quiet and still, even though some boats were working to and fro across the waters of the harbour. But suddenly, the quietness and stillness was no more. Zoom! A little red speedboat came dashing out from one of the bays of the harbour with its nose up like that, and the water cascading or spraying from each side, just like the water in a fountain. Zat! It went round the island, and zing! Under a bridge, and on its way in and out of the other boats down the harbour, zigzagging this way and that, just as if it didn't know what it was doing or where it was going. And then it spied a big green ferry, and it dashed up to the ferry so close that it sprayed the side of the ferry with water. And the ferry said, "Toot, toot, don't you do that, or you might get yourself in serious trouble." But the little red speedboat couldn't hear what was said because it was making so much noise with its engine. So it said, "Beep, beep, isn't it a lovely day?" And on it sped down the harbour. And next it spied a tugboat which had a very straight orange funnel. And the tugboat had quite a lot of purpose in its movement. It didn't seem to want to look to either to right or to left. So the speedboat went past and came dashing straight back and just moved away in time to avoid crashing into the speedboat, or the tugboat, that is. And the tugboat said, "Wah, wah, don't you do that again, or you may find yourself in serious trouble." But of course the speedboat couldn't hear. So he said, "Beep, beep, isn't it a lovely day?" And on he went down the harbour, still with his nose up like that and the water cascading at the sides, until he spied a workboat. Now, this workboat was moving very, very slowly because it was towing a punt behind it. And on the punt were some oil drums. And the speedboat went dashing past and then turned round and came straight for the workboat. And the workboat said, "Toot, toot, be careful. Don't come too close to my punt or you may be in serious trouble." But, of course, the little speedboat didn't hear once again. And he said, "Beep, beep, isn't it a lovely day?" And on he went, and round the corner he came to a little bay where there were a lot of launches and rowing boats. And he went in and out of the rowing boats and the launches until they were all rocking and bobbing. And the little rowing boats were getting water splashed over the side. "Beep, beep, isn't it a lovely day?" said the speedboat. But then a big booming voice came. "Yes, it is indeed a lovely day, but other boats have work to do." It was the harbour master in his beautiful big launch which came quietly and purposely straight towards the little speedboat. It was all white and shiny with brass and as smart as an admiral's hat. And this time the little speedboat did hear the voice, and this time the speedboat slowed down and his nose went flat on the water and he lay quite still. And the harbour master said, "Little speedboat, you've been causing a lot of trouble this morning. I think you'd better come along with me and be tied up to a wharf somewhere." So they threw a line or a piece of rope to the speedboat, and the harbour master in his launch towed the speedboat to a wharf just near a little beach. And the speedboat was tied up to the wharf. And he lay flat on the water and very quiet and very still. And he kept his nose under the wharf, just as if he were ashamed of what he'd been doing. But this was such a lovely day, and it was such a beautiful beach that there were many children playing on the beach. And the little speedboat could hear them shouting as they played their games, and he quietly brought his nose out and listened to the children. And presently the children spied the speedboat, and they came running along. And the boy said, "I bet he goes pretty fast." And the girl said, "Wouldn't it be lovely to have a ride in the speedboat?" So the little red speedboat looked at the harbour master and he said, "Please, may I take the children for a ride? I'd be very, very careful." And the harbour master said, "Well, there are so many of them that it would take you all day to give all these children a ride in the speedboat." But the speedboat said, "Well, it would be fun, and it would keep me out of mischief, wouldn't it?" So the harbour master let the children go on board the speedboat, 2 or 3 at a time, not too many, and away the speedboat went. Zip, it went down the harbour, and once more its nose was straight up like that, and the water was spraying just like water from a fountain. And presently they saw the green ferry, and the children waved to the ferry, and the ferry said very cheerfully and quite happily back, "Toot, toot." And on went the speedboat, and next it came to the tugboat. And this time the tugboat went, "Hoot, hoot, you're doing a wonderful job, little speedboat." And on he went, and this time, of course, he came to the workboat. And the workboat was so overjoyed to see the little speedboat working that he said, "Toot, toot, 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 toot," just like a cockle-doodle-doo. And the speedboat said, "Beep, beep, isn't it a lovely day?" And indeed it was a lovely day. So much sunshine, so much fun and gaiety. And the children had a wonderful, wonderful time. And they were all taken in the speedboat. And even in the winter time, the speedboat stayed beside this beach and took children for rides. And all the boats in the harbour know the speedboat. And they speak very well of him now. Goodbye.
Bear liked that story. He sat very still and he didn't miss a word.
Well, he's certainly the right shape for sitting. I don't think he walks about very much. He's such a fat bear.
Oh, he's the right size for a bear, aren't you, Bear? He told me that he can walk very well with his legs and his feet.
I don't believe a word of it.
Come on, Bear, we'll show them. First he walks upon his toes, then upon his heels he goes. On the sides of his feet he goes clump, 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 and with feet together he goes bump, bump, bump.
Well, it's a very good exercise for bears' feet. You know, we could all do that if we could think of something for the jumping part, because I don't think mothers like people jumping inside the house, do they?
Nope.
I know. We could click our heels together. Like this. Come and watch.
Right. Then we could sing. And with our no, not feet.
Heels.
And with our heels together. With our heels together we go bump, bump, bump. First he walks upon his toes.
Then upon her heel she goes. On the sides of our feet we go clump, clump, clump. And with heels together we go bump, bump, bump.
First he walks upon his toes.
Then upon her heel she goes. On the side of our feet we go clump, clump, clump. And with heels together we go bump, bump, bump.
We clumped and bumped our way right across to the window. Can you hear a sound coming through the window?
Oh, it's the sea. That's because we're going to an island today. Look through the round window. There's the sea that surrounds the island, crashing onto the rocks. And if you look up the hill, you can see a lighthouse. Shall we go in? There are a lot of stairs to climb to get to the top of a lighthouse. The windows have to be kept very clean so that the light can shine through and tell the ships to keep away from the rocks. These boys live on the island, and they're going to see some birds that live there too. These birds build their nests on the ground, and the boys have to be careful that they don't step on any of the eggs. I don't think the bird likes being picked up, do you? There are some other interesting birds that live on this island. They don't fly like these birds. They swim in the sea, and every night they come back to the island to rest. They're called penguins. We're building an island for Bear.
Bear likes that, don't you?
Yes.
just in a harbour, like the harbour where the little speedboat was dashing about in.
That's right. Yes, and an island needs a bay and a little sandy beach. Well, I think we're just about finished. I think Bear will be very happy living here now.
Yes. We know somebody else who's building an island.
Shall we go and see?
This is one of my little girls, Deborah, and she wants to build an island. Her brother and sister, Michael and Jenny, are going to help her because they would like to build an island too. Can you see how they've built a sand castle? And now, to make it into an island, they are going to let the water in all round it. There. Now the castle is surrounded by water, so it's like an island.
Well, I'm sure Bear likes living on his island.
Yes, he can watch the boats go by, can't he? I'm sure there's a speedboat. Goes like this.
I know. I'll be a tugboat. Now, where's my little rope?
Chug, chug, chug. I'm a little tug. I pull the big boats. Chug, chug, chug.
Will you tow me down the harbour to the sea? You need a ship to tow.
Yes, all right. I knew this rope put from the useful box would come in handy.
I knew you'd tie me up sometime or
Grab
other.
hold.
What about my anchors?
Well, you better hold it up.
Right,
Anchors
the
away.
Anchors, yes. Ship ahoy.
Chug, chug, chug. I'm a little tug. I pull the big boats. Chug, chug, chug.
This slowpoke tug is too slow for me. Let's help him sing that song, and then his engine will work harder.
Chug, chug, chug. I'm a little tug. I pull the big boats. Chug, chug, chug.
I must wave goodbye to Bear. Bye, Bear.
Well, we're almost at the open sea now, ship, so you can cast off your tow rope and sail away on your own.
See you tomorrow.
Bye, ship, and goodbye from me, too.